पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे Paramanandamaadhavam. By the infinite grace of the Lord Krishna and Sri Ramakrishna, we are studying in depth the Bhagavadgita's verses. In last class we ended up with the 28th verse of the second chapter of the Gita. So far the Lord Krishna was instructing the doctrine of Atman to remove the assumption that people are getting killed, or one can kill or one can get killed. Both are wrong conceptions. Now, even if we take into consideration that conglomeration of the body and mind is something which is going to die, and the human personality constitutes just the body and mind. Even then, since the death is inevitable, so one need not worry about it. That is the essence of the verse number 28. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. Here Avyakta Shankaracharya explains as Adarshana, disappearance, non-availability, anupalabdhi. So in the beginning, the human being or who is going to be born is not available to be seen. He is as if has disappeared. He is not yet manifested himself. And bhutanam, bhuta here means the bodies. What we call the sons, the daughters, fathers, mothers, and friends, etc., are just the bodies. So what makes us distinguish from them is only bodies and the mind. The Atman is one and the same. So it is called as Karya Karana Sanghata in Vedanta, in the words of Shankara. Karya means the body, Karana means the senses, including the mind. The conglomeration of which is called the human personality in the ordinary sense. This is called as apparent man by Swami Vivekananda. This is not the real man. And who is real man? Atman, the infinite, the eternal, which is the nature, which is of the nature of consciousness, the bliss, that is real Atman, real man. So we think only in apparent man, which is going to die and once again takes birth. So Bhutana means here the Putra, Mitra, etc., who are nothing but the conglomeration of the body and mind. They are all avyaktas. We don't see them before they are born. And one translator, Swami Tapasyanandaji, says mysterious. Before they are born, they remain mysterious to us. We do not know the origin. from there where they have come from. I told you in the last class, if you ask a child, oh child, where you have come from, child cannot answer to that question. So it is a mysterious, what is the origin of a human being before his death, before his birth, where he has come from, it is a mysterious. But somehow or other, Vyakta Madhyani, they appear in the middle, the span of 70 years, 80 years, some fortunate ones or unfortunate ones, I do not know. I cannot say they live even for 100 years, more than 100 years also. So they appear in the middle. They were not available for any kind of appearance in before their birth. They appear in the middle and Vyakta Madhyani Bharata Avyakta Nidhananyeva. After that, they again disappear. Today, the cremation is there. Where the father has gone, we do not know where he has gone. Cremation is done, father is gone, the mother is gone, our relatives are gone. From where can we see them again? It's impossible to see them again. So before their birth, they are in the state of disappearance. We cannot see them. From some years they appear and afterwards again they disappear. This is the meaning of the Avyaktadini Bhutani Vyakta Madhyani Bharata. Bharata means it is addressed to Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you belong to the Bharata clan. There was a great king called Bharata. Upon his name the whole clan, the lineage was called the Bharata clan. You belong to the Bharata clan, so the Arjuna is called the Bharata here. Avyakta Nidhanani. So all beings end up in death and after that again disappearance. In the beginning disappearance, in the middle appearance for some years and once again disappearance after some time. So this is the state of every being, all the beings on earth. When we say all beings, we exclude ourselves. That is the problem. I am not going to die anyway. I live here forever. That is the idea. That is why we indulge in various pursuits, pleasure seeking, and we make money and we strive for prestige, all these things, and we develop raga and dvesha, too much of attachment and too much of distrust or the hatred to the obstacles to that pursuit of pleasure. So this is the problem. But since it is in this state of affair is something inevitable, nobody has got a solution to this problem. It is not a problem, it is the nature of things. Everything. So we give the example of a pot. Before the creation of pot was in the form of a mud. Now it is in the form of the pot, and after some years it gets broken up and it will go back to the state of the mud. Avyaktadini bhutani Vyakta Madhyani Bharata Avyakta Nidhananyeva. So one need not lament about it. Tatra ka paridevana. What is there to lament about? It is the nature of the things. Whatever is born is bound to die, and whatever is dead is bound to reappear again. So Shankaracharya quotes a shloka, the verse from the Mahabharata. It says, Adarshanaat apatitaha punascha adarshanam gataha nasau tava na atasyatvam vrutaka paridevana. So there is a close relationship between the Mahabharata, the original work of which the Bhagavadgita is a part. The Mahabharata paridevana word is used, and the same word is used in the Bhagavad-gita also. So it is very interesting to know. Adarshanath, apatitaha. So we do not know, we do not have seen that person. He is born and he comes to the view of perception. That is what is called the adarshanat apatitaha. Once again he goes into the state of disappearance. He doesn't appear. After the death, then no longer we see that person. So in the middle only we see that person, and we have that vision of that person, and we interact with this person. A child is born, and before his birth we do not know where he was. For some years we interact with him. After some years he may die. Again there will be no contact with him. Oh, you have died, give me your contact number. It's not possible. You may have the phone number, contact number may be there of him, but the person himself is no more. You cannot contact with that contact number of his. That is the problem. That's why paridevana, the prattling, the lamentation. What kind of lamentation it is? I belong to him and he belonged to me. That it's all useless, that is futile, that is all illusion. And the Mahabharata clearly says, na asau tava, asau na. That person, it doesn't belong to you at all. If it does belong to you, he would have remained you forever. It doesn't belong to you. We say, my son belongs to me, my daughter belongs to me, my husband belongs to me, my wife belongs to me. How does they belong to you? They appear for some time, they will be with you for some years, and they again go back to where they go back, where they gone, we do not know. Avyakta, Vyakta, and again Avyakta. Unmanifested, manifested, again unmanifested. So they do not belong to us. A person doesn't belong to me, whom we call our own, he belongs to me, etc. And you also do not belong to them. He or she doesn't belong to you, and you also doesn't belong to him or her. Na asau tava, na tasyatvam. Then where is the reason for prattling, suffering, worrying and weeping? So it's all a great illusion created by Maya. That's what the Mahabharata says. Shankaracharya quotes this in this context. And Shankaracharya beautifully puts it, as I told you in the last class, at the end of the last class. It is nothing but the changing of the states, that's all. Adrishta. Adrishta means not visible. So before birth, not visible. And drishta, when he is living or she is living, he is seen. We interact with him. We think he will be there forever. But in the heart of heart, we know that he will not be there. Our father, our mother, whoever he may be or she may be, we cannot have him forever. Adrishta, drishta, and again pranashta, that is destruction, over. The body-mind conglomeration is destroyed. But what remains is Atman. So there is no death for the Atman. So even if you consider a human being is the combination of the body and mind, it is his destruction or his death is inevitable. So we need not worry about it. This is the meaning of this verse. So next verse. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha Ascharyavaschainam anya shrunoti shrutvapi yenam vedana chaiva kaschitu. The Atman is something wonderful. What is wonder? Why we call it as wonder? Ascharya. We use this word in Kannada and other Indian languages, including Sanskrit. Ascharya means we have not seen it before. We have not experienced it before. The first time we are seeing or experience something, that is Ascharya. So this Atma is something durvidneya. It is very difficult to understand. It is unlike the other objects of the world, cannot be seen, cannot be heard, cannot be experienced, cannot be even thought of in the mind. So it is not that, Arjuna, you alone doesn't understand the Atman. You alone are not in the ignorance. You are one among the many. It is common feature in the humanity that most of the people, or almost all the people, except for some realized souls like Sri Ramakrishna or Ramana Maharshi, have no experience of the Atman. That is very natural, so you need not worry about it. This Bhranti illusion is something very common. Why this Atman is Durvidneya is very difficult to understand, means that's why people see it as wonder. Ascharyavat pashyati. So Shankara defines Ascharya, that which is not seen before, Adrishtapurvam, Adbhutam, marvel, something. Suddenly it appears. So Atma Jnana, they say, it happens suddenly. So it is just like we are trying to solve a mathematical problem. A student is trying for hours to solve a mathematical problem or a puzzle. He tries and tries. Suddenly the answer comes to his mind, or suddenly it flashes in his mind. So in the Upanishad we read, Drishyate to agreya buddhya sukshmaya sukshmadarshibihi. So it appears like a flash of light. Oh, that what I have reading, what I am thinking, what I am hearing, that Atman is nothing but me, a subjective experience. So a story is told. 10 people were traveling from one place to another, and they crossed the river. And one is a guru, all others are shishyas. And all guru is a foolish man, and the disciples. So we have 10 people, but they were wondering whether all the 10 people have crossed the river or not. So one man counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where is the 10th one? Oh, 10th man is not visible. 10th man has drowned in the river. They were weeping, crying. Where is 10th one? Let us, they're lamenting and prattling, weeping for the 10th man. Where the 10th man has gone. So another man has come from that side, and they wanted his help to find out where the 10th man has gone. So another man, he is the guru, he represents the guru. He says, let us count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, you are the 10th. And who has counted, that person is the 10th man. But the problem is, he did not know he himself is the 10th man. He has counted everyone else except him. So we try to know everything on earth. We try to get knowledge of the whole world. We want to know philosophy, educational philosophy, that philosophy. We want to have the science of everything. We want to enjoy everything. We want to know everything. But we fail to know about ourselves. That's why this Atman is seen as something marvel, something wonderful which is not seen before. It is but natural. So Ascharyavat, it is not Ascharya actually. It is my own real nature. My own nature is Atman. I am not body, I am not mind, I am not intellect. I am but the Supreme Spirit, consciousness. But when I think of the Atman, it is seen, it is thought of as something marvel, something wonder. It is the state of affairs in the common man, not the one who is wise. In the same way, Ascharyavat pashyati, he sees the Atman as the marvel. And again the Ascharyavat vadati, when we speak of the Atman, oh, Swamiji spoke about the Atman today. What is Atman? He said infinite. What is Atman? Satchidananda. These are all great words. So somebody messaged me, Swamiji, you spoke about Atman in Bhagavadgita. We couldn't understand anything. I said it cannot be understood. It cannot be understood. What is cannot be understood by the mind or the intellect, it itself is Atman. Because I cannot understand myself. It is the light of consciousness which is giving consciousness to the mind and the body, through which the mind and the body is working. How can the mind understand its own origin? It cannot be. So the Atman is something they see as a wonder, Ascharya. Ascharyavat vadati. When we speak about Atman, the common people, speak it, it's a wonder. Ascharyavat enam anya shrunoti. That is, that is what the audience do when Swamiji is speaking about the Upanishad. Oh, wonderful speech, Swamiji, but what you said about Atman, we didn't understand. It's very good. It is just like we have a idiom in Kannada. So after listening to Ramayana the whole night, one of the audience asked the speaker, "Sir, what is the relationship between Rama and Sita?" Oh, that is the state. We speak about Atman for hours, but we don't understand it. It is but natural. Ascharyavat anyaha vadati shrunoti. So when you are hearing it as a marvel, wonder. We have not heard it before. Nobody has told us. Oh, that is what is Atman. But we continue to hear hours after hour. We continue to speak about Atman hours after hour. We see Atman as something marvel. We see means we think of Atman as something marvel. After having heard, after having heard, after having seen, after having spoke about Atman, even then for hours, years after year, maybe whole life, when you are 90 or 95, hey, when we ask what is Atman, no, you do not know the Atman. It is something marvel, wonder. I have done a PhD in Advaita philosophy, but I have not seen the Atman. I have not realized the Atman. It is so difficult. So Shankara says, Shrutva, Drishtva, Vuktva pi Atmam Vedana Naiva Kaschit. After having heard it, after having seen it, seen it means thought of it, and also speaking after having spoken about Atman in the classes like this, or in colleges, schools, in ashramas for years together, and he doesn't know what is Atman. That is Atman. This is the meaning of Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschitu. Some people. Yenam means the Atma. Ascharyavat Vadati. They see, when they speak, they see it is something marvel, wonder. We have not seen it before. Tathaiva cha anyaha. Some other people. Ascharyavaschayanam anyashrunoti. Some other people say, they hear Atman as something wonder, marvel, not seen, heard before. And after even having heard, spoken of, and have thought of the Atman for years together in our life, we do not come to know about the real nature of the Atman. Shrutva piyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. And nobody understands him, that Atman, in spite of seeing, speaking and hearing about him. So this is what is called Atman. Then why should we try to understand Atman at all? Anyway, we are not able to understand. So Kenopanishad has got a solution. If we clearly know that Atman cannot be understood by any empirical means, by any ordinary means, that means you have known the Atman. If you know that it cannot be understood, that means you have known the Atman. If you know that if you think you can know the Atman, that means you cannot know the Atman. Because we always mind things in terms of objects. Mind thinks only objects to the mind. A pot, the outside world is an object to the mind. Oh, it's not an object, it is a subject. And Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, you can think of anything outside of the mind, outside of yourself, but you cannot know the knower itself. Atman is the knower. Atman is not something known. So I am not going into the intricacies of Vedanta, whatever it is. And Krishna himself says it is something marvel, something wonder, very difficult to understand for the common people. But a common sense, we can understand, through common sense, we can at least assume, we can imagine, we can come to conclusion there is something which is not body, mind and the intellect. There is something which is consciousness, which is long lasting, and it lost even the body and mind. In body is destroyed, it remains. That can be understood through the Bhagavadgita. So the Krishna continues, Dehi nityam avadhyoyam Dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum arhati. This prakarana is ended. Prakarana means this context. What is the context? Context of Atma Vichara. Why this Atma Vichara is brought out here as a remedy for Arjuna's problem? Arjuna's main problem, as we have seen in detail in Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the first chapter, is that Arjuna was lamenting for those people whom he is going to kill, that Bhishma, Drona, etc. I am going to kill them, I will incur sin. And he also thought, he let them kill me. So this is the ignorance. I am going to kill them and they are going to kill, they may kill me or I am going to kill them. This is the ignorance. Nobody is going to kill anyone. Nobody can going to kill no one, anyone. The problem lies is not understanding the impermanency of the body and mind. Thinking ourselves as body and mind is an illusion. So if we think ourselves as Atman, I am Atman, all others are Atman, this body and mind anyway is going to destroy, going to die, then everything becomes Atman. There is nothing else other than Atman. Neha nanasti kinchana Upanishad says. There is nothing else. That is realization. So, in order to get rid of the fear of death, fear of killing someone, that is Atma Vichara was absolutely necessary. Inquiry into the Atman, at least rudimentary knowledge of Atman, which is separate from body and mind, and which is permanent, which undergoes transmigration from one body to another, was absolutely necessary in this context. That is why Krishna instructed Atma Vichara in the very beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, in the context. So this context of the Atma Vichara, the inquiry into the Atman, is now Krishna is concluding with this sloka. Dehi nityam avadhyoyam. Nityam means here sarvada, always. Nitya, avadhya, he always remains indestructible. Literally, vadha means to kill, to injure. Atman cannot be injured, Atman cannot be killed. This is the meaning. When in the morning Atman can be killed, in the afternoon Atman cannot be killed. No. Atman always, Nitya. Nitya means always, sarvada, in every state. Atman remains something indestructible. Ayam Dehi. The word Dehi is used. Deliberately it is used. Atman word is not used here. Deha is destructible. Deha is impermanent. You can destroy the Deha or the body by the swords and weapons and etc. But there is someone inside the body. He is Dehi. He cannot be destroyed. This is the meaning. Dehi, Ayam Dehi, this Atman, one who is an indwelling spirit, Nityam, always, Avadhya, he remains, it remains indestructible, cannot be destroyed. Where he resides? Sarvasya Dehe, in all the bodies. Oh, you, Atman may be there in your body, Atman is not in my body. An atheist may argue, I am not Atman. No. Sarvasya Dehi. If you ask a Buddhist or one who doesn't believe in Atman, who are you? He says, I am what I am. That is what Atman. One cannot reject the idea of oneself. One can reject the idea of everything other than oneself. Oh, this world is not there, that is not there, this is not there, everything is illusion. What about you? I am there. Can you deny yourself? No, I cannot deny myself. If you deny yourself, then who is speaking? Who is arguing like that? There should be someone who argues like that. Oh, then I am there. Then if you are there, then you have to accept that Atman. That Atman is what I am, what you are. We are only discussing here the nature of the Atman, not the existence of the Atman. Existence of the Atman is self-proven. I think my Atman is body and mind. It is a wrong concept. We have to give up that wrong concept and we have to understand there is an individual spirit, there is a consciousness which is inside the body. That is real Atman, that is real I. But nobody nobody can deny the existence of oneself. That existence which cannot be denied is what is called Atman here. So Krishna has already introduced this, he is presenting it again, the two terms which are very important. One is the Deha, another is Dehi. In the Deha, which is destructible, which is impermanent, there is a Dehi which cannot be destroyed, which remains the same always. And that cannot be destroyed is the same everywhere. Whether it is your body, my body, it is the same. There is no separate Atman. My Atman is separate, your Atman is separate. No, it cannot be. So it is the same. So this is the meaning of the first line. Dehi nityam avadhyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata. So it is the case in all the beings, not only you. Tasmat sarvani bhutani. It is the same in the case of Bhishma. It is the same in the case of Drona. It is the same case of Karna. It is the same case of Duryodhana. It is the same case of Yudhishthira. It is the same case in everyone in this battlefield. So, don't think you are going to kill anyone. You cannot kill anyone, and even if they kill you, you are not killed. Your body is killed. That's all. Tasmat sarvani bhutani. So, in every being, there are two parts. One is permanent part, there is the impermanent part. The constituents are two in nature. A human personality means the combination, apparent combination, it is not the real combination of permanent part and the impermanent part. The permanent part is consciousness, sentient, that's what's called Atman, which remains always the same, and impermanent part is the body and mind. So it is the case in all the beings, sarvasya pranijatasya. So he cannot be killed. Therefore, you need not worry about na shochitu marhati. You need not mourn for any people who are getting so-called killed. There is absolute sin, there is no killing, nobody is killed, and nobody kills, and nobody gets killed. So, whatever problem is solved now. You are worried about Bhishma and Drona, and Bhishma and Drona, we have understood they are all Atmans, they need not be mourned for at all, because the Bhishma and Bhima, the name and form, body is but impermanent, the Atman within them is permanent, everlasting, nothing to worry about. As we discussed in the last class, there is nothing to worry about anything in this world. No worry at all. That's what Krishna teaches in these beautiful words of the Bhagavadgita. This is all about the absolute reality, philosophy, Atman, etc. But even in this ordinary way of thinking, a soldier, if he thinks I am going to kill someone, it is a sin, he is unfit to be a soldier. Arjuna is a born soldier. He is born in the Kshatriya family. He is trained from his childhood to become a warrior, and he is a great warrior also. He has already fought many wars and killed so many people. It is his swadharma to fight the war. He should not worry about killing and all this. Suppose a soldier worries about killing, and he should come out of the thing. He is not fit to be a soldier at all. So even in the normal course, idea of course of duty, one's own duty, that one's own duty is called here Swadharma. Swadharma, we should not exaggerate the meaning. Oh, what is Swadharma? Swadharma means one's own duty. What is one's own duty? In the case of Arjuna, this is to fight the war. So even considering your duty, what the duty you have to do, you should not, you should not shake from you should not falter, you should not deviate from the duty. Swadharmamapi cha, verse number 31, Swadharmamapi chavekshya na vikampitum dharmyadi yuddha shreyaha anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. Avekshya means considering. Even forget about Atman, forget about the reality or the what you call the fact that people die and take birth again. It is something inevitable. Considering from the standpoint of one's own duty also, you should not deviate from fighting the war. Na vikampitum arhati, you cannot falter. So falter means you should not have the shaken mind whether to fight or not, whether to kill or not, because they are all my kith and kin. Oh, Duryodhana is there, oh, Drona is there. So this is what is called faltering. This is called what is called shaken mind. You cannot have the mind which is shaken, which is oscillating, That is the meaning. So even considering your own duty, you should not oscillate. You should not have a mind which is oscillating. Na vikampitum arhati, because Kshatriyas, the best opportunity for any warrior is the war. Because all along his life he is trying to fight the war. Even in the peacetime, our defense forces are getting training to fight the war. Every day, every minute, they are ready to fight the war. They are trained. Dharmyat yuddhat. Yuddha, the war. What kind of war? Dharmya yuddha. The dharmya should be underlined here. You are not fighting for your own selfish purpose. It is not a selfish duty on your part. You are fighting for the dharma. You are representing dharma in this war. Pandavas are representing the dharma, the righteousness, the code of conduct of the Veda, and the code of conduct on which the society stands. That is the dharma, and you are there to protect the dharma. That is what is called dharmyat yuddha. So yuddha has got a qualification, that is dharmya, it is a righteous war. So in fact the literal meaning of dharmya is which is not deviated from the dharma, which is acceptable to dharma. You are fighting the war is something in conducive with the dharma, because you are a kshatriya, because you are a soldier. So there is no greater opportunity. Shreyaha means the best thing. Best thing that is possible for a kshatriya is the war which is acceptable, which is righteous war. And you have got that great opportunity, and you can rise to the highest status by waging the war. And that explanation is given later. If you die, you will go to the heaven. If you win, you will get the kingdom. In either way, it is good for you. It is shreyas. Oh, suppose if I die, directly you will go to the heaven. Afterwards, we will read the shloka. So this is the meaning of this shloka. It emphasizes war as the impending duty of every kshatriya. You are Arjuna, a kshatriya, and you have to fight the war. There is no other way for you. Yadruchaya chopapannam, next verse. Yadruchaya cha upapannam sargadvaram apavrutam sukhinaha kshatriyaha partha labhante yuddhamidrusham. You have not sought the war. You are not craving for the war. A soldier should not crave for the war. If opportunity of war comes, he should participate and he should fight for the righteousness or the dharma, that is his duty. If he is fighting for unrighteousness, and that is an evil, as in the case of Kaurava and those who are associated with them, but you are fighting for the right cause. So this yuddha, there are qualifications told here. Yadruchaya upapannam. What is meant by yadruchaya? On its own it has come to you. You did not force the war on Kaurava. It is the otherwise. The Kauravas have forced the war upon you. So without asking for, this great opportunity has come to you. In the earlier shloka, Krishna has told Arjuna that Yuddha is a Shreya, it's a great opportunity for the highest good. It has come to you without asking, Yadruchaya upapannam, and it will open the door of heaven for you. Swargadvaram apavrutam yuddham. Apavruta means it has opened. What has opened? The Swargadvara, the gateway to heaven itself has opened. That will be explained later. Hatova prapyasi swargam, jitvava bhokshase mahim. So if you die in the battlefield, you directly will go to heaven. You need not do any rites, you need not do any puja, no meditation, nothing is necessary. Directly you will go to heaven. And if you win the war, and you will enjoy the kingdom, and you will protect the people, and you will, if you are a very righteous person, and then also you can go to heaven. In either way, yuddha is beneficial for you. Yuddha, as if the war is an occasion, an opportunity where the gates of heavens are opened. Swargadvaram apavrutam. Idrusham yuddham labhante kshatriyaha sukhinaha. When they got this great opportunity of this kind of opportunity. So every student should feel the examination is a great opportunity to exhibit his talents, exhibit his intellect. But many students do not feel so. They are afraid of the examinations. They are terrified of the examination. That's why most of them fail to come to their expectations. Oh, I wanted to score 80 marks, I have scored only 60 marks. Not because you don't have the talent. The student doesn't have the talent. He doesn't have that self-confidence in him to score that mark. So it's a great opportunity. Every good sports person feels the competition like Olympics or the Asian Games as an opportunity to exhibit, show his great talents and his sports in front of all. So it is a yuddha, is a great opportunity for him. So idrusham yuddham labhante, who have obtained this great opportunity, that definitely they feel happy. If he is a real kshatriya, feel happy. Real warriors feel happy when war comes. Oh, tomorrow is the war. They feel happy. They are extremely happy. Whole night they may sleep well. Oh, but you are acting like a coward. You are not unhappy. You are not happy. You are suffering because you have to face the war. What a pity. So, sukhinaha kshatriya partha labhante. So, a kshatriya must indeed be happy on obtaining this war which has come on its own, and which is the gateway to heaven. This is the meaning of this number 32 sloka. Atha chetvamimam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tata swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsyasi. So, Arjuna, I told you the importance of taking up the war as one's own duty. It is imperative upon you that you should fight the war. If you fail to do so, ata chet, so it has to be divided like this. Ata chet tvam imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi. So already we have learnt what is called dharma, what is dharmya, which is not deviated from the dharma, which is on the path of dharma, righteousness. It is a righteous war, so there is no sin occurred if we fight the war. That is called dharma. Sangrama means battle. So if you don't do this battle, if you don't fight in the battle, which is dharma, a righteous war, if tvam imam, this war, in case you don't fight this war, what will happen? Swadharmam kirtim cha hitya. You will lose to two things, very important things for every warrior. You will lose your swadharma. It's a great opportunity to do one's own duty. That you will lose. When you lose swadharma, when you are not doing swadharma, what is meant by losing swadharma? Losing swadharma means not doing the swadharma, not committed to swadharma, one's own duty. That means there is no way for you to heaven. You cannot go to heaven. You will end up in hell. So you will end up in evil at the sinful lokas. You are incurring a sin. You are doing a great mistake. That is the idea. And also you will incur infame. Swadharmam kirti. Kirti also you will not get. So if you fight the war, you will get the name, you will get the fame. Kshatriyas like that. Warriors like that. I waged the war. I fought ferociously. An award has come to me. It's a great blessing for them, for every soldier. But if you don't fight, your reputation will be lost. You will lose the reputation. You will lose your. Already you are considered as a great warrior. All that reputation, status, everything will go. You will be a failure. You are a loser. That is what Krishna says in this verse. Then what? Akirtim chapi bhutani kathayishyanti te avyayam sambhavitasya chakirtihi maranad atitichyate. Bhutani, the beings, people. Who are those people? The same people who are in front of you. Duryodhana, etc. They know, though they are enemies, they know very well you are a great warrior. So far they have considered you as a great warrior. They have high respect for you. They are afraid of you. But now if you fail to fight and you run away from the battlefield, Bhutani, these people, kathayishyanti, they say, they speak of, and they consider you, or they proclaim you as something of akirtim, avyayam akirtim. So they speak of your lasting, enduring dishonor. What does it mean by that? So far you are an honorable person, now you will be considered as a man of dishonor because you have run away. Nobody say you have gone out of the battle, or you are not fighting because of your great philosophy of sympathy, empathy for the enemies. Oh, out of sympathy for us, Arjuna has run away. Oh, let us invite Arjuna and let us do him honor. They won't think like that. You will become a dishonorable person. They will consider you as a coward. Avyayam akirtim kathayishyanti. They will consider you of a person who will get dishonor forever. That is the meaning of avyayam. There is a slight difference between, if you don't consider this avyayam, probably for some years they speak ill of you, afterwards you will be considered as a great person. It is not so. For next few hundred, not 100 years, forever, all the time, you will be considered as a dishonorable person. So your kirti, you will be considered of the man of infame, not fame. So long you are a man of fame, now no longer you will be a man of fame, you will be considered the infame. How many years? Not 1 or 2 years, not 10 years, 15 years, hundreds of years. You will be considered like this forever. That is the meaning of avyayam akirtim kathayishyanti. So, Arjuna, tell me, is there any more tragic scene than this? Is there any more tragedy is there for a very honorable person to be considered a very dishonorable person? It is something terrible than even death. Sambhavitasya cha akirtihi. You are a sambhavita. You are a most honorable person. You are considered one of the, not one of the best of the archers in the whole Bharata Khanda, in whole India. All enemies are terrified of you. The only man who is equal to you is Karna. Apart from that, everyone is someone's inferior to you. You have led a very honorable life. You have got fame, name. You are a great warrior. You have shown that qualities in your life. Now you will become a very dishonorable person. You will be considered a coward. And that state, sambhavitasya akirtihi. Sambhavitasya means for an honorable man like you, and akirti, the dishonor, would be terrible, more terrible. It exceeds than the death. An honorable person would commit suicide. Even living with that infame, dishonor would be more tragic than even the death. This is the idea. So it is all easy to understand. We shall go to the next verse. Bhayadranad uparatam mamsyante tvam maharataha yesham chatvam bahumato bhutva yasyati lagavam. Not only that, people say, or who is that? Maharataha, not ordinary people. You are not worried about what ordinary people say. We need not worry about at all. But here in this case, Maharata, the great warriors like Bhishma, Drona and others who are in that side and also in this side, Pandava side, everybody will start telling what? Oh, Krishna, Arjuna has run away from the battlefield out of fear. Ranat, from the battlefield or the battle. Bhayat, out of fear. Uparatam has withdrawn. Arjuna has withdrawn out of fear. Actually, Arjuna is not withdrawing out of fear. We all know. We have studied in detail the predicament of Arjuna, his moral predicament, and also the ethical contradictions he had in his mind. We all studied that. We know Arjuna is not a fearful person. But still what the other great archers or the warriors consider him to be a man who has run away from the battle out of fear. Bhayat, Ranat, Rana means battle or the battlefield. Uparatam, he has withdrawn himself. This will be the opinion, mamsyante. They opine like that. They consider him like this. They will regard him like this. So you will be considered as a coward person out of fear who has run away from the battlefield. Yesham chatvam bahumato bhutva. So far, you are a bahumata. Even Duryodhana speaks high of you. Duryodhana and others, even your enemies, consider you of a great archer, great warrior. That is what is called bahumata. Shankaracharya explains, bahubihi gunaihi yuktaha. One who is endowed with great qualities, that is called bahumata. Ittevam mataha. This is the opinion. So you are considered as a man with great qualities by even your enemies. That is what is called bahumataha. So far you are that. Bahumataha bhutva. After having gained the status of a person with excellent qualities, then what people will think now? Yasyati laghavam. Laghavam means lagu bhava. You will be despised. Hagura. In Kannada it is appropriate to say, ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಹಗುರವಾಗಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾರೆ. You will be considered as a very inferior person. You will be despised. So far they were acclaiming you, they were praising you, and after this incident, if you run away from the battle, they will despise you, they will make fun of you, they will speak ill of you. This is the idea. Then not only that, it continues. Avachya vadamscha bahun vadishyanti tava hitaha nindantastava samartyam tato dukkhataram nukim. They speak ill of you. So far they were praising you like anything through excellent words. Oh great warrior, oh son of Kunti, etc., etc. Now what you have to hear is avachya vada. So we all know what is avachya. Cannot be spoken of, cannot be repeatedly tell. One cannot tell it again. That is avachya. So if a man speaks, abuses one, if he uses abusive words, you cannot repeat that with other person. That is why it is called avachya, cannot be spoken again. Derogatory words, they speak ill of you. They use derogatory words when they are referring you. Not one prakara, not one manner, in hundreds of manner. Bahun avachya vadan. Bahun, this is very interesting. They speak the improper words. Many, they use lot of improper words. They use different kinds of improper words, derogatory words, abusive words to referring you. Avachya vadamscha bahun vadishyanti, they speak. Who? Tava ahitaha. Those who do not want your welfare. Ahitaha means those who want your welfare. Those who really concerned about you will not speak ill of you. They don't speak abusive words. Your enemies, Kauravas, they speak ill of you and use abusive words. They are those who do not want your welfare. Tava ahitaha. Nindantava samartyam. They use the abusive words for what? They are while criticizing your efficiency, your ability to war. So it can be construed like this: criticizing your ability to fight the war, they use many kinds of abusive words, improper words. They slander about you. Nindantaha means slandering. While slandering, they use terrible words that cannot be repeated. Nindantaha tava samartyam avachyavadamscha bahun vadishyanti. Who? Tava ahitaha, your enemies. Like that it has to be construed. And lastly, Krishna says, Tato dukkha taram nukam. Is there any more suffering than that? Can you find out a more painful experience than what you have to hear if you fail to fight the war from others? It is a very terrible, it will be a very terrible situation for you. It will be a very painful situation for you. And it will be a very suffering moment for you. Tato dukkha taram no kim. What is there more painful than this situation? So then Krishna says, better you do fight the war. Either way it is good for you. Shreya word he has already used in the sloka number Dharmyadhi Yuddha Shreya. What is Shreya? If you win the war, you will get the kingdom. That is Shreya, good for you. If you die in the war, you will directly go to the heaven. That is what scripture says. Either way, it is Shreya for you. So the shloka commences, Hato va prapyasi swargam, jitva va bhokshase mahim. We will see it in the next class. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Ramakrishna Math, Bengaluru, we are conducting a 2-day seminar, symposium on the theoretical and as practical aspects of the meditation called Dhyana Ganga on September 21 and 22. So those who are interested can buy the tokens. They for rupees 250. The 250 is for both the days. In our counter, we have a counter in the front, or other days in the office you can buy the tokens for that seminar, symposium called Dhyana Ganga.